What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And the big news story today is Nancy Pelosi is being pressured by the Democrats to make a stimulus deal. And the question is, will she actually listen to her own Democratic Party and make a stimulus deal right now? Also, I want to thank you guys so much. We just hit 250,000 subscribers, which is just amazing. We just crossed over 33 million views on this channel. You guys are just absolutely amazing. It's been my honor and pleasure to be able to bring you guys this daily news every single day, along with my wife. We're going to be starting our new What's in the Box contest. This is the box right here. I have a new item in there, and I'm going to be giving you clues in every single video. We're going to start tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be giving you a clue on every video from there on out for a couple days, and if you can guess what's in that box from these clues, you could win money directly from me. So that will start tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you stay tuned. Also, make sure you give this video a like for us down below. It really helps out our channel, and make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. You can click the bell icon if you want to get notifications when we go live at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Standard Time typically, but sometimes those vary. Dozens of Democrats are urging Speaker Nancy Pelosi, basically the leader of the Democrats, for these stimulus check negotiations to make a deal right now without any delay. And all this pressure coming from her own party is a good thing, because it just might force her to actually make a deal and agree with the Republicans so that we can get the next stimulus check and the next stimulus package, the next unemployment boost extension, more money for unemployed people, and also money for rent and mortgage assistance this time around. U.S. House Representative Ro Khanna, who is also from California, he's a Democrat along with Nancy Pelosi, who's also from California, says, "People in my district are hurting. I represent one of the most affluent districts in my country, and we have food banks at middle schools with thousands of people showing up. I have immigrant families at risk of losing their restaurants and businesses that they've built up for 30 years. Quote, we need to get people help and relief. We're not that far apart, and the last few things should be negotiated. We should be able to get something done." We're starting to see pressure like never before on Nancy Pelosi to make a deal now that they're within inches of actually making a deal. They're not that far apart on the top line. The Republicans are at 1.8 trillion and the Democrats are 2.2 trillion. The Republicans have came up last, so if the Democrats can come down even to $2 trillion, they could be able to make an agreement. Democratic House Representative Ilhan Omar says we need relief now, not in February, not in December. The thousands of people dealing with joblessness, hunger, and housing insecurity in my district cannot wait. The Fed is saying right now, and has been urging for more stimulus, saying that the U.S. economy will take years to fully recover from this virus. And if they don't pass more stimulus now, it will be even worse and will be magnified the longer they wait to pass more stimulus. S&P Global U.S. chief economist says that employment will not bounce back to the levels it was before the virus until 2024, which is 4 more years from now. And all these signs kind of point to us basically coming to a catastrophic deadline to get this passed before the election, because if they can't pass more stimulus before the election, then there's going to be a lot of uncertainty, because the election pretty much changes everything, because President Donald Trump could get reelected, but then hate Nancy Pelosi even more and not want to pass a deal, or he could want to pass a deal because he gets reelected. Joe Biden could get elected, but the problem is he doesn't come into office until January 20th. So if President Trump's still sitting there, but Biden's elected, we're going to have those couple months there where we're waiting. And who knows what President Donald Trump will do then? Will he try to pass more stimulus to basically say he did the right thing on his way out? If he gets reelected, will he hate Nancy Pelosi and say, well, you can go fly a kite at this point? And remember, the entire U.S. House of Representatives is up for reelection also on November 3rd. So that's going to be drastically different because there's 435 members in the U.S. House of Representatives, of which 232 are Democrats and 197 are Republican, and the others are basically independents. So the Democrats only have a slim margin there of basically leading by only 10% or a little bit more. And in the Senate, the Republicans only lead by 4 or 5 votes. There's a couple independents in the Senate also. So honestly, the Senate and the House of Representatives is going to look different after November 3rd, or at least until they transition, because there's going to be some people that are voted out and are then basically on their way out with a new person transitioning in over the next couple months, just like if the president were to be voted out. The same thing happens with the Senate and the House of Representatives. So there will be some people that are voted out. I mean, there's no way that 435 people are all going to be reelected. I mean, 25% could be new people, 50% could be new people. Same thing with the Senate. 1/3 of the Senate is up for reelection, along with Mitch McConnell. And of course, Nancy Pelosi's up for reelection from the Democrats, the U.S. House Speaker. So we could have a dramatically different House and Senate, possibly even the presidency, all coming down here within the next 3 weeks. I will be updating you guys when this comes out about what's going on with the House, what's going on with the Senate, what's going on with Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi's reelection, along with the results of the main presidential elections. I will be updating you guys as we get closer with more and more information to keep you guys up to date. By the way, tomorrow there is going to be dueling town hall debates instead of a presidential debate because, well, President Donald Trump got the virus and he was positive, and the debate committee said, well, we can't have an in-person debate with somebody who has the virus. So the elections committee said, we're going to have a virtual debate where you guys will basically be on Zoom calls and we'll debate that way. And President Donald Trump said, nah, I don't want to do that. I want to debate in person. And they're like, well, you have the virus. This was a few days ago before he tested negative. And they're like, well, you have the virus. We can't exactly put you in the same room with pretty much anybody at this point. So we have to do it virtually. And President Donald Trump was like, well, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to waste my time, was his exact quote. So then Joe Biden said, well, I'll just have my own debate. I'm going to have my own town hall, which is basically a debate by yourself. And then President Donald Trump says, well, I'll have my own debate also. I'll have my own town hall. And guess what? I'm going to have it at the exact same time. So Joe Biden and Donald Trump are going to have their own town hall debates by themselves, separately, at the exact same time. That's right. This is what 2020 has come down to. We can't even have presidential debates normal. Is there anything normal at all this year at all? Also, I will most likely be having a separate video for you guys of the highlights of each debate because you obviously won't be able to watch both of them. And I'll be basically just give you the highlights of each one, in a quick, concise video so you can see the major highlights and kind of pretty much go from there. Also, we're starting to see some news like this where trash bags of undelivered mail was found outside a postal worker's home in Pennsylvania, which is obviously a federal crime. But I don't feel like this is any different than in past years because you always have the human element, which is basically where any one given person can decide to do something bad and throw away ballots, even if they're not mail-in ballots. Someone who actually works at the election committee in your local city could do something bad, and this kind of happens every election. I don't really think that we've seen widespread mass fraud of mail-in ballots or early in-person voting yet. So I think it's just kind of pretty much the normal status quo where you get those 0.01% of people that just decide to do bad things during an election. Speaking of early in-person voting, check out these lines that are now starting to happen across the country of lines of early in-person voting. You can see that literally just wraps around parking lots outside. Thousands of people have started to gather in parking lots to do their early in-person voting where they actually can vote right now. This line right here is from Texas. This line right here is from Dayton, Ohio. You can actually see that they're having to wait in a parking garage, and it's 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 kind of crazy right now. And remember, everybody has to wear masks. They have to try to attempt to social distance, and we're just seeing. And then remember, this isn't even on election day. This is early in-person voting. Here's another line in Georgia. This person said that they had already been waiting for 2 hours, and you can still see this lines. I mean, there is, I don't know, thousands of people there at this point, and they're just wrapped row along row along row, standing inside parking lots waiting to vote. Let me know down below in the comments if you are voting early. I do think it's actually better to vote early than on election night if you've ever seen any type of long lines in your area. Maybe just go peek and see, drive by an early in-person voting area, see what the lines are like. If the lines aren't that bad, you might want to kind of just jump in there real quick and get your vote done, because on election night, we're starting to see record crowds and record votes and record lines. So I think if you can get in early, you might try. And of course, if you are for mail-in voting, if you're not against it, that might be the smarter plan, because then you don't have to go wait in a line for hours and hours and hours with random strangers who have who knows what type of type of virus. And you don't have to wear a mask and stand out there in the cold or the hot or in the rain or anything like that. But let me know if you're early in-person voting or if you're mail-in voting, or what your strategy is for this election. Also, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. And subscribe if you haven't yet. We'll be starting our What's in the Box contest in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to tune in so you don't miss out on that. And you can click on this top video to watch my newest stimulus check video. And this bottom video is that infamous interview by Nancy Pelosi. Make sure to watch that if you haven't yet. And this top video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video.